Greetings and welcome once again to another edition of Practical Assertion. I'm glad that you could join us as we strive to offer a thought-provoking perspective. Today, we open with a beautiful video courtesy of Pond 5 of fish swimming around a beautiful, breathtaking coral reef. I have entitled this edition Sink or Swim. I saw this video and thought about how effortlessly the fish move through the water. Then the saying came to my mind, sink or swim. I'd like to engage your attention for just a moment or two and ask that you consider relationships. In my many engagements with couples, it amazes me that individuals make such poor choices and they do it consistently. It might even be said that they get good at choosing a bad mate. With this in mind, I went out to see if I could find a quotation that would help me to challenge your mindset, and I found this one from Bob Marley, which says, "Well, me don't swim too tough, so me don't go in the water too deep." While this sounds simplistic, it communicates a very profound thought. In other words, if you know that you don't swim too well, why would you venture out into the deep waters? Having trouble making the connection? Well, let me bring it right down your street. If all the evidence proves that you are not such a good judge of character, why would you keep heading into the deep water? Even going into shallow waters can be a challenge if you're not careful. But what ends up happening is that individuals, both female and male, enter relationships, and then before long, they are in deep. My female viewers and readers, you all really seem to take the plunge quickly. Listen again at Bob Marley. "Well, me don't swim too tough, so me don't go in the water too deep." Do you hear what he is trying to communicate? I don't know. Maybe I just like the way it sounds. But is it not clear that Bob recognizes his limitations and therefore governs his actions? Because he realizes that he does not swim well, he refuses to go into the deep. He still enjoys the water, and so implied in his statement, he will still go to the beach or to the pool. Do you see where I'm going with this? I'm not at all suggesting that you stop going to the pool. For one, you couldn't stop if you wanted to. In your state of mind, you think that you need somebody in your life, and so you will continue to go to the pool, and that's okay. But what I am suggesting is that you not go into the deep. Stop doing the nosedive, plummeting, and falling unconsciously into the deep, because remember, you don't swim too tough. In fact, there are areas where you should not even dive into. These are areas where the water is too shallow. Diving in these areas can be detrimental. You also need to be reminded, or informed if you did not already know, that the deeper you go, the more dangers await. There are things that will sting you when you get into the deep. You do know that there are sharks in the deep as well, right? By the way, it is a well-known fact that sharks tend to travel in packs. Another interesting factoid about sharks is that they can smell a drop of blood from miles away. What's my point? If you were injured in your last relationship, the sharks can sense it and will come seeking a feeding frenzy. Well, I've got to wrap this discussion up, so let me offer some further suggestions. One, while in the water, make sure that you wear goggles so that you can see clearly. Get my point? Never venture into the deep alone. Always take another friend with you who can watch for dangers along with yourself. And then also remember to know your limitations. If you're not a good swimmer, you may not be ready for the ocean, so stick to the pool. Even then, stay in the shallow end where you can stand. Get it? There are tides in the ocean that could sweep you off your feet and then carry you away. Well, tell me what you think. Like us on Facebook. Comment on our blog page at www.asert-usa.com/blog and share this with everyone you know, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week for another edition of Practical Assertion. Take care and stay out of the deep.